Meanwhile, President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, announcing the Department of Homeland Security will immediately withdraw hundreds of personnel from Minnesota, leaving about 2,000 officers on the ground.
That's right. Ivan Rodriguez reports on that drawdown as well as future funding cliff for DHS in the coming weeks.
Effective immediately, the Department of Homeland Security has announced it will withdraw some personnel from Minnesota.
We will draw down 700 people effective today.
Operation Metro Surge saw roughly 3,000 DHS personnel deployed to Minneapolis in December. The conduct of some of those agents quickly sparked outrage among residents and led to the fatal shootings of 2 U.S. citizens. Border czar Tom Homan was deployed to Minneapolis following the killing of Alex Preddy less than 2 weeks ago.
My goal with the support of President Trump is to achieve a complete drawdown, but that is largely contingent upon the end of the illegal and threatening activities against ICE.
Homan says the administration plans to roll out body-worn cameras nationwide, beginning with a focused deployment in Minneapolis. He added that an internal review revealed inconsistencies in how officers used body cameras.
Some officers and agents had them, some didn't. That inconsistency was unacceptable, so we moved immediately to prioritize full body cam deployment in the city.
Paying for body cameras is one of the key issues before Congress as they debate the use of body cams for DHS. On Tuesday, President Trump signed a spending package into law, ending the partial government shutdown, but pushing the can down the road for DHS's budget. Trump and Democrats now have 2 weeks to strike an agreement or face another shutdown for the department that includes agencies from TSA to FEMA. I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
Today, staffers at the Atlanta Journal-Constitution learned who will be affected by sweeping layoffs. The AJC says that it plans to cut 50 jobs, reducing its workforce by about 15%. And most of those cuts will be in the Newsroom, which printed its final paper at the end of last year, that final hard copy of the paper. The AJC's president says that the layoffs are part of a move to grow as a digital-only publication. And the news comes as the Washington Post today announced plans to lay off about a third of its newsroom and other staff.
Well, here's something that is uplifting. Hank Aaron's legacy was front and center today in Southwest Atlanta. The Braves unveiling one of the first new Hank Aaron diamond fields at Booker T. Washington High School, marking the start of Hank Aaron Week and Black History Month. The project is part of a larger effort to rebuild baseball and softball fields at every single Atlanta high school and public high school, giving students modern, high-quality places to play. For the Braves, the team says it's a way to honor one of the game's greats by investing in the next generation.
You saw a couple of umbrellas up there. We have some rain showers that have been moving through North Georgia today, but finally the last of these are exiting our area. So still a little bit of rain near Lake Oconee and Eatonton, but as we zoom out that radar, we loop it through, you can see it's all moving to the east. That means drier skies will be going to be moving back into North Georgia. But behind the front, a little cooler air coming in. Highs on Thursday only in the 40s. It'll feel like the 30s. You'll need those bigger jackets. Not for long though. I'm tracking a nice warming trend. In fact, we will have a streak of highs in the 60s ahead and perhaps even some 70s on the way for next week. And that also cheers your spirit along with these nice pictures across North Georgia. We can see that sunshine coming back out over the top side of the perimeter after a gray, rainy start to the day along with some fog. It's taking a little longer for the sun to come back out in Henry County. Our camera at Echo Park Speedway. You can see though, as we approach sunset, the rain clears out. Few brighter skies briefly move in before sunset. Then as we head through the overnight, that colder air spills into North Georgia. This will drop us down to around the freezing mark tomorrow morning. As the cold air first comes in, don't be surprised in the mountains if there's a couple of flurries this evening. But you can see here, we're around the freezing mark Thursday morning. Still some clouds first thing, but then I expect those clouds to gradually erode away into the afternoon. With that, it'll be a breezy, a brisk, and a bright afternoon on Thursday with skies returning mostly sunny. We'll be in the mid-40s for high temperatures. That cool down, it's not going to last for long. You can see Friday, after starting off chilly again, we climb up by more than 10 degrees. We'll be in the mid and upper 50s by Friday afternoon. Tomorrow morning, cold though. We have mostly cloudy skies overnight. We'll step out with wind chills, likely in the low 20s and a few upper teens showing up. Clouds in the morning give way to brighter skies for the afternoon. But despite the sunshine returning, it's a chillier day tomorrow than what we've had today. We topped out this afternoon already up to 55 degrees. Tomorrow will be about 45, and you factor those winds in, it'll feel like on either side of 40 degrees. The cool snap doesn't last for long. Big picture trends next week. Instead of seeing these dips in the jet stream and cold air getting all the way as far south as Georgia, we're going to see milder air coming in. It's going to take some time. We're going to kind of go wobbling up and down through the weekend, but by Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, that warm air is back and it's here to stay for several days. So 40s tomorrow, upper 50s on Friday, little cooler on Saturday again, but then we're right back in the upper 50s. And then look at Monday, 66 degrees. It'll be nice to get in some warmer days. This weekend, also nice to see not the chance of rain, snow, sleet, freezing rain in North Georgia. It'll be our first completely dry weekend of the last month. So low 50s, a little chilly on Saturday. If you're wanting those kids to play outside, get some of that energy out, Sunday's the better of the 2 days. Will be around 57 in the afternoon. Partly cloudy sky at times, but overall pretty nice out there. Okay, 7-day forecast. You can see the cooler air tomorrow. Then we've got 57 for Friday, a dry weekend in the 50s, and here comes the warm air next week, 66 on Monday. I'm tracking warmer temperatures, but also more moisture next week. So a couple of showers along with more clouds on the way with temperatures close to 70 the middle of the week. Today's Weather Wow moment. Nice picture of still some snowpack on the ground. This was yesterday morning from Blairsville. Thank you so much, Jill, for sending in this photo of a snowy scene. And you can also see a couple ducks in the water there. Jill is our Weather Wow moment of the day. This beautiful picture. If you have a great photo of tonight's sunset, that hint of sunshine returning right now, you can post that in our 11 Alive Weather Impact Facebook group and join the conversation. Ron?
All right, coming up next at 4, childhood cancer treatments are getting a much-needed boost. How a new bipartisan law can mean better options and faster trials for kids battling this disease. And gold is on the line today. Team USA is on a quest to dethrone Canada as the Winter Olympics heats up. What's fueling that fire? And remember, you can watch us anytime on 11 Alive Plus. The app is free to download. Stay with us.
Step one, turn your mic on. Okay, I was gonna say, usually it's reporter error.
On 3, sorry.
Oh, Lordy. Okay, no problem.
That's
Yeah.
a more fun story. This is like an important story, but not as, I would say, energetic.
Welcome back. Well, we do have some hopeful news tonight for families facing childhood cancer. A bipartisan bill named after a teenage cancer advocate has just been signed into law. The Michaela Nalen Give Kids a Chance Act aims to speed up development of cancer treatments made specifically for children. And Caitlin Ross is joining us here with why advocates say this could be a really big step forward for so many families, Caitlin.
It is. So many families that just so desperately want that hope. These are one of these moments that it's families who have been waiting for so long have been hoping for. The bill is named after Michaela Nalen. She's a high school junior who lived her life with courage, humor, and heart.
She loves school, competing on the tennis team, and dreaming about college. This law builds on her legacy. Right now, many cancer treatments are designed for adults first, leaving children with fewer options. The bill encourages drug companies to develop therapies specifically for kids and expands access to pediatric clinical trials. It also incentivizes funding for those treatment options through the federal government.
The number one thing that people really need to realize is our government is the largest funder of childhood cancer research, period.
And so for families facing childhood cancer, this isn't just legislation, it really is hope. And the bill is named so perfectly because it's giving these families a chance.
Yeah. I mean, and you said it so eloquently there. Like this is not just a piece of legislation. This is life or death.
It really is, and it matters so much for these kids. I've heard from so many families today who say they are just so grateful that this is going to push this incentive forward to hopefully get the funding needed to make a real difference.
Well, we are all putting our hope in with them and hoping that this does get passed. Caitlin, thank you so much for bringing it to us.